Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, the sports editor of the Meriden Record-Journal. Welcome to our Week 9 Athletes of the Week contest/video. This is, I must tell you right now, the Dean Faber No Fun of Any Kind, no props, no wigs, no shtick. Sit down, pull your socks on, put your suit on, comb your long hair down edition of the Record-Journal Athletes of the Week video. For good reason. We got to bear down now. Our Athletes of the Week contest is funneling into our June 25th Best of the Bunch brunch. June 25th at the AquaTurf. It's right around the corner. We got a lot of last-minute details to tend to, some invitations still to get out. And here's what you guys have to do. Student athletes, if you've been a scholar athlete, a member of the All Record-Journal team, one of our Athlete of the Week nominees from September all the way through to now, including you Week 9 group that we're about to announce, you are eligible to apply for the Wallingford Buick GMC $5,000 scholarship. You go online, and Pete, I want you to put the address on there for a long time. There it is. See it? Write it down. Go online. You have through the weekend, we've extended the deadline. It was supposed to be Friday, but we've extended it through the weekend for folks to go on and apply. Again, any scholar athlete, All Record-Journal team member, Athlete of the Week nominee. You don't have to have won. Let me rephrase that. I'm going to edit myself there. You need not have won to apply. Nominee on the All RJ team, scholar athlete, you can apply. It's $5,000, a lot of money. You don't want to be paying that back at who knows what interest rate when you get out of college. So please go apply. We're going to be looking at those applications next week. You've got through Monday to take a look. Okay, all right. Again, Dean Wormer, No Fun of Any Kind video. We've got some nominees to give you for Week 9. It's a little different this week. It's kind of fun in that regard. Maybe it's our one little bit of fun this week. But we do have a video from our Week 8 winners. If you remember from last week, we had from Wilcox Tech, Aaron Nieves, freshman, who had the game-winning hit in that dramatic comeback win for Wilcox Tech in the Connecticut Constitution State Conference Championship game. They rallied from 4 runs down, 2 outs, nobody on base. They managed to come back and win. Aaron Nieves from Wilcox Tech, nominee there. We also had 2 boys volleyball nominees. We had Melvin Polanco from Maloney, and we had Mike Stickney from Cheshire. Now I'm speaking to you, it is Thursday, and the volleyball tournaments for our teams are over. Mike Stickney and the Cheshire Rams were the number 1 seed in Class L. They did get knocked off by East Hartford, which also beat Southington, a very powerful team out of East Hartford. They play Darien in the state final tonight. South Windsor and Newington are in the other state final. Just throwing this out there just to show that 3 of the 4 teams in the state finals are from the Central Connecticut Conference, which often gets dumped upon in state conversation. At any rate, those were our 3 nominees from Week 8. And our winner was Aaron Nieves, Wilcox Tech. We touched base with Aaron earlier this week. Let's check him out.
Hi, I'm Aaron, Wilcox Tech's baseball's Athlete of the Week for Week 8. Well, I was actually surprised when I actually won. I didn't really think I was going to become the Athlete of the Week. Yeah, feels great. Well, when the first starting lineup in the inning started getting out, that probably brought us down at that time. But when the error starting with the other team, that actually gave us a brighter chance to actually keep it going. So later on, we started getting hits. People were starting to come in. So we were getting hyped up for that. And then bases loaded. Everyone was on base, 2 outs. It started getting shaky. We had the win. We had to get the hit. And coach brought me in. Asked me if I could hit. And yeah, I said I could. And I got it done. I got to think of what I got to do and got to pick the right ball to hit, and I got it done. I didn't really block it out. It's normally when I'm throwing and running and that stuff. I didn't really feel it when I hit, so that was pretty good. It was great. I was really excited because the seniors, they had a pretty good run for their 4 years, so they really wanted to get that last championship. So I got it done. They were pretty excited for that. Number 6, Jacob Conti, he was pretty excited for that, I could tell. But yeah, when I first started on Wilcox, I obviously would have started in the 9th batter. Obviously, because I'm a freshman, I'm new to the team. I didn't really know what I could do. I didn't start as that good, but during the season, I started getting better, getting more hits, more runs in, and that stuff. When I started getting more known to the team and I got to know more of the players, I started feeling more comfortable in the team's mindset. Pretty good, yeah. When I'm a freshman, sounds pretty good. When you win the CSC championship off walk-off, sounds pretty great. Off season, I'm gonna try my best to get myself back into hitting better, because I was a little shaky at the end of the season. Next year, I'm gonna look forward to starting next year and see the new freshmen, see what they have. Obviously winning that CSC championship, but pretty much all the players and all the seniors that are leaving. It was a great team I had during my freshman year.
I think I just lost an atom on my fingernail. And with it, perhaps, one small, tiny, little universe. Welcome back to the No Fun of Any Kind Athlete of the Week video for Week 9. That was Nieves from Wilcox Tech. Dramatic win for Wilcox Tech in the CSC baseball final. Tables turned on Wilcox in the Class L tournament. They were at home against Fitch. You remember last week's video was playing out in the background. They lost in 10 innings. But a great season for Dave Cronin, Aaron Nieves, Jack Rich, JT Feed, all those guys for Wilcox Tech. Congratulations, boys. You had a great season. Okay, let's see who our girls winner was from Week 8. If I recall correctly, and I know I do this time, our nominees were from Cheshire Track, sophomore Giselle Zoomerchick, the 100 hurdles champ in the SCC. We also had from Maloney Track, Miss Hannah Cloutier, who won the CCC South pole vault championship by breaking her own school record. Well done, Hannah. And our third nominee was from Lyman Hall softball, Samantha Sam I Am Carbone. Sam, that when we nominated you last week, we're happy to see you guys knock off South Windsor in the first round of the Class L tournament. Well done for Coach Rob Brewster and his girls. So those were our nominees: Carbone, Cloutier, and Zoomerchick, and the winner was from Maloney High School. They've been really supporting our Athletes of the Week contest this week. Let that be a lesson to you other schools. The winner was Miss Hannah Cloutier. And I will tell you this, she just competed in the State Open and broke her school record yet again at 10 feet. Well done, Hannah. Let's see what she had to say.
Hi, I'm Hannah Cloutier, Maloney Track and Field Record Journal Athlete of the Week.
Right here, let's go.
It's crazy. I didn't think I would get this much support or even win. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was good enough to win. And that sounds awful, knowing I broke the school record, but I just personally, I know that I have so much more I could do, and I could do so much better that it feels, I don't know, it feels unreal. I was hopeful about breaking it. Towards the middle of the season, I kind of wasn't improving at all, so the end of the season is really where I started moving up and clearing higher heights. No, my goal this year was to clear 10, and I'm so happy that I cleared it this. Well, yeah, especially during practice, because in practice when I had the bungee up or I'm just using the bar sometimes, I know I can get over the heights, I've gotten over them, and actually going to meet all the pressure, it's really performance-wise, it's hard for me, but when I get over it, I'm so happy. Yesterday I sat down on the ground afterwards and I did it, 10 feet. No, that was crazy. I mean, all of them are super nice. I've met Megan before who won, and she's super nice. But I never thought I would be up there and on there pole vaulting against them. Because usually I'm before they go, I'm already done, so. It's all about form, really. I had no form last year, and this year I went to classes actually, and I started learning the form, and I moved up on poles. I originally had a 10-foot pole, and I'm using 11, 11, 6, sometimes a 12-foot. I wanted to get better, so I wanted to clear higher, and I knew I could clear higher. I just needed to have the right pole for it. In middle school, I was watching the 2012 Olympics, and I don't remember who the pole vaulter was, but at the time I was doing gymnastics, and I was falling out of love with it. And I saw that this girl, she grew too tall for gymnastics, and she got into pole vault, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I'm more dedicated to it. Freshman year, pole vaulting wasn't my main sport. It was cheerleading, and this year, I focused 100% on it. The people, obviously. I mean, everyone there is super nice, and it's we're all family. That's the main reason I come back every year. It's just form and moving up on the pole. As when you pole vault, when you bend the pole too much, it's bad. You'll go forward instead of up the way you want to. So it's working on like getting stronger, improving my form, and just improving my technique overall. In the off season, well, I'm going to classes right now, but it's also like just working out on your shoulders mainly, and your core strength is really important for it to get your legs up over your head.
Hey, Pete, can I buy you some lunch? You already got your lunch? How about some milk? You got your milk too. Hey folks, welcome back. That was Hannah Cloutier over at Maloney High School, pole vaulter. She is the owner of Maloney's pole vault record. I'm pronouncing that quite badly. What can you do? Speaking of records at Maloney, I'm going to kind of jump ahead a little bit because one of our nominees in Week 9 is from Maloney Track, and it has to do with school records. Now, one thing I want you to know about this week's contest, Week 9, is perhaps you'll see in the paper this morning, this is the group edition, along with being the No Fun of Any Kind video. It's the group edition Athletes of the Week contest. What we wanted to do is we realized as we got to the end of spring, there were just so many kids out there who deserved to be nominated, and we just didn't get to them because we try to spread out the wealth, try to represent all schools. And when you have very good teams, it's hard to get a number of kids from the same team. You have to be nominating them every week. So what we did this week is, and perhaps we'll do it again in the future, I'm sure we will, is we took a look at our better teams and say, hey, what are the kids who did well, who need to be in here? And we nominated them as a group. Example, Maloney's 4x4 400 girls relay team. There's the photo of them there. You'll see Ann Bacazzi, Shantasia Davenport, Sarah Kenny, and Jennifer Fermaint. They are Maloney's 4x4 team. They set a new school record in the 4x4. And the big to-do with this is the record had stood since 1981. That's a long, long time ago. Exact, it's about 36 years. Well done to the girls. They set that record at the CCC South Championship meet. One thing I do want to point out, Ann Bacassi, she went on to the State Open to compete in the 300 hurdles, the event she won at the CCC South meet, and she also competed along with Shantasia Davenport as part of the 4x1. Well done, girls. They are our first nominee for Week 9 Group Edition Athletes of the Week. Hey, before we move on to our next group of nominees here, I just want to point out, you know, we're talking about track. State Open, we had 2 state champions from Southington. Amanda Howe in the discus. She cranked. She threw almost 140 feet. She threw further, get this, than not only all the girls, but pretty much the majority of the boys. Amanda, well done. She's 2-time Class L discus champion, first State Open championship for her, and also a champion from Southington, Megan Biscaglio in the pole vault. Well done, girls. No Fun of Any Kind week. It's not that we don't want to have fun, but it's just, you know, we got to bear down here. We got scholarships to apply for. Teams are getting down to the nitty-gritty. Cheshire and Southington softball, they play tonight in the Class Double-L semifinals down at DeLuca Field. I sure wish that game was in our backyard. But folks, no matter where it is, Pigs Knuckle, Arkansas, Montana, anywhere, that's a game worth seeing. If you remember, those 2 teams met in the Double-L final 2 years ago. Southington won in a dramatic walk-off. Cheshire comes back. They're the defending state champ. It's going to be a great game tonight. Good luck to both teams. We'd love to see another great game. We would expect nothing less. On the subject of Cheshire and Southington softball, 2 of our Week 9 nominees come from Cheshire. Here's another team that, you know, I wish we could have gotten to more during the regular season. We have some of these girls on the All-Record Journal team. Now, if you remember a couple weeks back, I mentioned how one girl was like my son's Scooby-Doo videos. Overdue at the library. Well, I just want you to know, Mia, Judatis, I'm looking at you. I returned those videos today. They are no longer overdue, nor are you. You and senior Hannah Salvietti, you guys form the left side of the Cheshire infield. You guys are 2 solid players. Abby Abramson, the Gatorade softball player of the year from Connecticut, she knows that. She knows you got her right side over there. Salvietti, Judatis from Cheshire. Nominees, that makes them 5 and 6 for Week 9. From Cheshire softball, again, good luck tonight to Cheshire and Southington. I'd love to see a 16-inning game, except we got deadlines, so wrap it up in 7. And our third and final female nominees for Week 9, it's another duo. We go over to Sheehan, girls lacrosse. Now, one thing to note about Sheehan girls lacrosse, this is their 4th year of varsity existence. They've made the postseason 3 times. That's pretty good for such a young program. This year's senior class, tip of the cap, you were the girls who put Sheehan lacrosse at the varsity level 4 years ago when you came in as freshmen. You're the first class to come all the way through. And we're going with two girls who've had a fine season. They're both seniors. Wanted to acknowledge both of them. Amanda Gray and Treva Carney, two key players for the team. Treva Carney, 30 goals, and Amanda Gray, 27. They also combined on 23 assists. Well done, girls. You are our third and final nominees for the Week 9 Athletes of the Week contest. We move over to the boys, and we're going to start with the group of boys who gave us the idea to do this group nomination thing. I'm talking about the Fab Four. I'm not talking about John, Paul, George, and Ringo. I'm not talking about Clayton and Muhammad and Douglas and Sydney. I am talking about Drew and Jake and Jacob and Adrian, the Platte golf team. You know, these guys have been playing golf together for 4 years. That's Drew Siebert, Jake Garlock, Jacob Doyon, and Adrian Janko. They've been very good through their 4 years, and this year they went over the top, winning the CCC South White Division Championship, first of its kind for Platte golf. They were 13-3 overall. They defended their city championship last week up at Hunter, and then they capped their season at the CIAC Division II tournament. Well done. There was no way one of you guys, or two of your guys, or any of you guys are going to get left off. Platte golf team, here's to a good season. Here's to a great 4-year career. You guys are our first boys nominee for Week 9. Our second batch of nominees, we go inside. We go inside to the volleyball courts. As we've been saying all spring, we've had 3 great teams this year, Maloney and Southington and Cheshire. We mentioned Maloney earlier with Melvin Polanco, one of our nominees. Melvin was one of the ace leaders this year in the state. In fact, if you go by per match average, he was the leader. Well done, Melvin. Mike Stickney in Cheshire, undefeated regular season, crushing losses to Shelton in the SEC final, and then to East Hartford in the Class L state finals. Mike, and the guys sort of remind you of that, but don't let it take away from the fact that you guys had a great year, undefeated regular season. Well done. And of course also, Southington, another great season. They finished 20-4. They lost in the Class L quarters to East Hartford, which also beat them in the CCC final, which also beat them in the regular season. So 3 of Southington's 4 losses came to a very strong East Hartford squad. Again, guys, don't mean to remind you of heartbreak, but fantastic season. 20 wins in 24 matches. Well done. And listen, we don't want to leave guys out. In fact, we feel bad. There are some guys from that team we are leaving out, but we are nominating 4. The outside hitters, Tim Walsh, Brian DeRocher. Look at that smile on Brian DeRocher. That's him on the far right, always smiling. The big man in the middle blocker, that's Dan Hackerman. And the setter, the guy who makes it go around, Lou Giannakopoulos Jr. Southington boys volleyball. They are our male nominees, number 2, all 4 of them, for Week 9 Record Journal Athletes of the Week. Okay, folks, that brings us to our third and final group of male nominees for Week 9, our last group of the season, and they are from Cheshire Boys Lacrosse, who in about 5-10 minutes, once Pete and I get out of here from filming our final segment here, they are down in Fairfield. They are taking on Wilton in the Class L semis. This is good stuff for Cheshire Boys Lacrosse. They haven't been this far in the state tournament since they won the 2010 championship. Pulling for Rich Policiano and his boys. Rich, I hope you're wearing the black high-top Converses, baby. I know you are. I even have to hope for that. So, hey, Cheshire Boys Lacrosse, fantastic team. You know what they got going this year? They got guys who can put the ball in the net. And here's 3 of them. Now, if you remember, Tim Hoynes we nominated earlier in the season. Tim scored a ton of goals this year. So did these 3 guys over my right shoulder. These guys, Sean Black, Ryan Lindsay, Jack Raber, do you mind if we dance with your dates and put the ball by you? These guys led Cheshire Lacrosse into the Class L semis. Haven't been there since 2010. They're down against Wilton. If they win, they'll be in Saturday's championship. Could the 3rd championship be in the offing for Cheshire Boys Lacrosse? We'll see, because what I just said before about this being the last Record Journal Athlete of the Week video for the spring, I lied. We're going to do one more, because we're going to have winners from this week. You know why? Because you have to go online at recordjournal.com. Pete's going to put the exact address up there for you to vote. Go on, cast your ballot. Okay, you've got through Monday at midnight to vote. We'll be interviewing our winners one last time. Put together another video for you next week. Have a little fun, because the no fun of any kind video, we actually had a little bit of fun. We had about half a dozen Animal House references in the video. See if you can be so clever and spot them. And if you didn't notice them, you can go back, and it gives you another reason to watch the video again. All right, but the real true business of this video is to tell you folks to go online if you are eligible and vote for that Wallingford Buick GMC $5,000 scholarship. You know, Pete, I wish I could still go to school. I'd be applying for that. Now that I've paid for my college, heck yeah, I'd be going online. I'd be applying right now. Pete's going to put the address up one more time. You have through the weekend. Me and my guys are going to sit down next week. We're going to start looking through the applications. We have a committee appointed to pick the ultimate winner. All of this stuff is going to be announced at our June 25th Best of the Bunch Awards Brunch at the AquaTurf. Rebecca Lobo is the guest speaker. We look forward to meeting her and hearing from her. We're going to be nominating and awarding Athletes of the Year in virtually every sport this year. We have 2 overall scholar athletes who will get a $1,000 scholarship. We have overall male and female Athletes of the Year who also get scholarships. We're going to be handing it out. You got to do your job and go online and do your thing. For now, that's it for me and Pete, my men Ken and Shawnee. We'll catch you next week for our final video of the season. Go online and vote. We hope to see you on June 25th at the AquaTurf. Good day.